If you bought a riding mower or a zero turn in the last 5 years, there's a very real chance the engine sitting under your seat right now has a known manufacturing defect. And I don't mean some obscure forum complaint from one angry guy. I mean an industry-wide, mechanics all agree, not if but when failure that can kill your engine before it even hits 200 hours. That is roughly 2 seasons of mowing for a typical homeowner. 2 seasons. And you're staring at an $800 to $1,500 engine replacement on a mower you just bought. But here's what got me when I started digging into this. The engine brand that has this problem also makes one of the best commercial engines on the planet. Same exact logo on the valve cover, same parent company, but a completely different motor inside. And that's exactly why this comparison is more complicated than anyone on the internet wants to admit. So today we're putting Briggs Stratton, Kohler, Kawasaki, and Honda through one test. Which engine actually survives a lifetime of use, and which one is a ticking time bomb in your shed? I spent an embarrassing number of hours in small engine forums to answer this, and some of what I found genuinely surprised me. Let's start with the brand that confuses people the most. Briggs Stratton has been making engines since 1908. Your grandpa probably had one. Your dad probably had one, and if you walked into Lowe's last weekend and bought a Craftsman or a Troy-built riding mower, you probably have one too. But here's what nobody at the store is going to explain. Briggs doesn't make one type of engine. They make 2 completely different animals wearing the same logo. The Intech V-Twin is the engine in the majority of residential riding mowers on the market today, and it has an absolute epidemic of head gasket failures. I'm not exaggerating. Mechanic forums are flooded with this. The root cause is a weak head bolt pattern with only 4 bolts and not enough spacing on the intake side. Typical failure happens around 150 to 200 hours, and the compression release mechanism built into the camshaft is another ticking clock. When that breaks, it can send metal fragments into the governor, which means you're splitting the entire crankcase for what should have been a $75 part. But then there's the Vanguard. And this is where the story gets interesting. The Vanguard V-Twin is actually manufactured by Daihatsu, a Toyota subsidiary in Japan. Cast iron bores with Nikasil coating, full pressure lubrication, heavy-duty air filtration. Some grasshopper dealers reportedly won't even call it a Briggs. They tell customers it's a Daihatsu engine. Vanguard owners routinely report 2,000 to 3,000 trouble-free hours. So yes, the same company that sells an engine with a known head gasket defect at 200 hours also sells one that runs for 3,000. I personally think this is the single most important thing to understand about the mower market right now, and almost nobody talks about it. Briggs also filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2020 and was bought by private equity firm KPS Capital Partners. Post-bankruptcy quality reports have not been encouraging. Plastic carburetors failing within hours, cam gears made from cheap plastic chewing themselves apart. On the bright side, Briggs parts are by far the cheapest and easiest to find of any brand, and their new PXI series engine claims 40% longer life than the Intech. Too early to tell if that holds up. Now let's talk about Kohler, and I'll be honest, this one made me a little sad to research. If you've ever worked on a vintage Kohler K-Series or Magnum engine, you know those things were built like a bank vault. Absolute cast iron tanks that refuse to quit. The modern Command Pro still carries some of that DNA, and it's a genuinely solid commercial engine. Owners have documented 2,500 to over 4,000 hours on Command Pro motors. One guy on a tractor forum ran his Command 17 horsepower to 3,655 hours, and it was still burning 0 oil on Mobil 1 synthetic. That's real. But Kohler also made the Courage series, which earned the nickname Discourage for a reason. Plastic cam gears, cracking blocks, blown head gaskets sometimes under 50 hours. The 7000 series replaced it. And while Kohler says it was based on the Command Pro design, some mechanics insist it's just a rebranded Courage with cast iron cylinder liners bolted in. Either way, professionals won't touch it. And then the big curveball. Kohler's engine division was sold to Platinum Equity in late 2024 and rebranded as Relco. Same factories, same people, same products, but a name that nobody recognizes on the dealer shelf. When buyers walk in and see Kawasaki, Briggs, and Relco sitting side by side, that's a real branding problem for a company already losing ground. The one area where Kohler genuinely leads is fuel injection. Their Command Pro EFI engines save roughly 25% on fuel compared to carbureted alternatives, which for a commercial crew running 1,000 hours a year adds up to hundreds of dollars in savings. If you can stomach the $1,000 diagnostic cable and the O2 sensor replacements every 500 hours, Kohler EFI is actually a smart financial play. If you're finding this breakdown useful, hit subscribe. We cover outdoor power equipment every single week, and the next video in this series is one you do not want to miss. Now let's get to the one that wins this test, and honestly, it's not even close. Kawasaki's FX series is the engine that commercial landscapers build their entire business around. I've read through years of lawn site threads researching this, and the consensus is not even debatable. Fleet operators have documented FX engines hitting 3,000 to over 4,000 hours and still running strong when they traded them in. One older FC42 OV was estimated at over 10,000 hours across 2 decades of service. What makes Kawasaki different is not the ceiling but the floor. Even their budget residential FR series shares the exact same internal short block as the commercial FX. Same crankshaft, same connecting rods, same pistons, same cast iron cylinder liners. The difference is all external. The FX gets a Donaldson canister air filter, the kind used on excavators, along with metal shrouds instead of plastic, an oil cooler, and richer carburetor jetting. The one weakness is overheating, and it's not the engine's fault. Grass and debris pack into the cooling fins under the fan housing, and blowing the surface with a leaf blower doesn't cut it. You have to physically remove the housing and clean underneath. One fleet lost over 80 mowers to valve guide migration before they traced it to that exact problem. The brand new FX Evo series addresses this with oversized inspection covers and clean-out ports. Kawasaki basically said, yeah, this was a problem, here's the fix, and I respect that. Quick note on Honda before we wrap up, because this one catches people off guard. Honda's GXV commercial engines are fantastic, routinely hitting 2,000 to 3,000 hours, and landscapers describe them as basically unkillable under normal use. But Honda stopped making gas-powered mowers for the US market entirely in September 2023 and pivoted to battery. So while the engines are legendary, they're now a legacy product. Used Honda mowers are getting hoarded like collector's items, and 15-year-old Honda HRX walk-behinds are selling for $200 to $400 on Facebook Marketplace. If you already own one, hold on to it. So here's the final verdict. If you're a homeowner mowing your lawn 50 to 100 hours a year, maintenance matters more than the brand. Change your oil, clean your air filter, don't run ethanol garbage through the carburetor, and almost any decent engine will last you a decade. But if you want the buy it once and forget about it option, look for anything with a Kawasaki FR or a Briggs Vanguard under the hood. Avoid the Briggs Intech if you can. For commercial operators, the Kawasaki FX is the clear winner. It outlasts Kohler by roughly 1,000 hours on average, commands 10 to 15% higher resale value, and with the new EVO series, the serviceability gap just got even wider. The only argument for Kohler over Kawasaki at this point is the EFI fuel savings, and that is a legitimate argument for high-hour crews. The Mower brand gets the glory, but the engine does the work. Make sure you're buying the right one.